From Sammy's Grill on Highland Road, welcome to the Thursday edition of Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Charles Hanniger, Jimmy Ott, Max Gotro, and Jordan Kinchin's back in the studio. Colucci with us today from Vegas. Matt Human's giving us his picks and thoughts on the upcoming slate this weekend. Glad that you're with us today. Beautiful day here in Baton Rouge. Jimmy, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How you doing?
Good, man. Good. We don't talk a lot of NBA last night, but I snuck in a couple of picks and did okay. You know, it's one of the few parts in a regular season where you know you got a good idea of who's going to play.
The NBA Cup.
And it got a little nasty, of course, who was in the middle of it? Grayson Allen.
Yeah, he got run for shoving.
He's got a little bit of history, but the game
You lose about 58, I think. What did
it was 58? About 30-point game,
yeah.
And OKC said, "Oh, they just poured it on. They just, bro. I mean, they beat them as bad as they possibly could.
24-1 at Oklahoma City.
Remember, the championship game does not count in the standings. Could it be?
Oh, going for 73 is what you're talking
if
about.
If it's 73
yeah.
and that's a 74.
Asterisk, I guess. I don't know. They're 24-1, which matches the best start over 25 games in NBA history. That Warriors team you're talking about has that same record.
24-1 to start the season.
24-1 to start the season.
It's like 14-0 to start the.
Something like that. Yeah. They've got the best player in the league. The reigning MVP in the league. Mm-hmm. They've got the best roster. They've got the most draft picks. Sam Presti has done arguably the best job that any general manager has done ever. I can remember teams that had high picks by accident that were already good. The Celtics come right to mind when they had the pick that netted them Len Bias and then the tragedy. They were the reigning NBA champions with the number 2 pick in the draft that year. There have been other times where teams that were really good benefited from trades, but none on the volume of what OKC has done.
And what? This is quarterfinals of this little tournament. Phoenix is kind of one of the. Kind of a surprise story right now. It's not like they beat a team that was, beat the Pelicans last night. I mean, Suns 14-10 before last night.
OKC's probably we can ask Colucci, but probably a little bit of a headache for the odds makers right now. Their margin of victory is 5 points higher than the highest margin of victory ever. Okay, the average margin of victory for OKC last year was the best ever. It was 12 and change, 12 points and change. They're at 7. I know we're only 25 games this year. They're at 17 points and change. But the odds makers have done a decent job. They're only 14-11 against the spread, so it's not like they're, there's that big of a discrepancy. But still, you got to trigger. How high do you push it, right?
It's basically even money for them to win this tournament going into last night's game.
That's unusually, with all those teams left, how good do you have to be even money with that many teams left in the tournament?
Like minus 115.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So we've all had bad days, right? You get stuck
they're minus 230 after last night's game, by the way.
Well, they're the best team for sure. We've all had bad days. You get caught traffic, car breaks down, gets a bad grade, dog turns over the garbage can, Hey, look, it happens. Yesterday for Chiron Moore may be in the history of bad days, the ultimate bad day. Although, I got to say this right up front, all of this is of his own doing. None of this is victim, like, there was nothing he could do. He brought all of this on himself.
Yeah, Charlie, so, the dog didn't knock it over. He knocked it over.
Right, yeah. So I don't want to make out like he is a victim, but Chiron Moore woke up yesterday as a head coach at Michigan, and by the time the sun went down, he had lost his job, had his extramarital affair exposed to his wife and 3 daughters if they didn't know already, and then got arrested. And, Jimmy, he's still in jail.
Yes.
This wasn't one of those things where, you get an incident, the cops are called, you get hauled downtown, you make you make bail, they release you on bail, or they release you on your own recognizance, or in a lot of cases it's just somebody sobers up, right? No, no, no. They still got him in jail over what happened. So if you missed this by now, Moore in a extramarital affair, which is bad enough, with a staffer. Now now you violated every term of your contract. A staffer that recently received a raise. Now we're breaking the law. Pick up here at any point.
Ridiculous raise. Yeah, over 50%.
She went from 58,000 to 90,000,
Yeah.
so not quite 50%, but a significant raise.
55%.
58%. I thought she went from
It was,
58,000.
it was quoted in the graphic. They
I see what you're
they
saying.
showed
Yeah, yeah.
3 years, her salary 0% raise, salary 0%
Okay,
raise,
50,
salary 55%.
58,000 to 90,000. And wow, there's so many layers to this story. Okay, first of all, the guy screwed up beyond what any normal screw up would be. Deserved to be fired. Whatever they arrested him for, I wasn't there, but obviously pretty serious if they've still got him in jail.
Assault.
Yeah, and we the details haven't come out yet, but whatever it is, he's still there. And now the other layers to this story, Jimmy. Let's start with Ward Manuel, the AD up there.
Brother Martin boy.
This didn't start on Monday, okay? National signing date was last week, a week ago Wednesday. And if you listen to the Detroit media and now some of the other college football media, it's like these rumors have been out there for some time. I didn't hear them. I don't follow Michigan coaching affairs, all that.
Convenient reporting.
Right. But if the question becomes, what did Ward Manuel know and when did he know it? And did you put off an announcement on this on purpose until after the national signing date?
Seems that way, huh?
It certainly is convenient.
Well, he didn't get arrested before.
He did.
I mean, if he got arrested before signing day, they can't put it off till then.
You would imagine he got arrested after his reaction to finding out that he was fired. Now, for those recruits, they are released from there. We don't do national letters of intent anymore, but they are released, so they will have a double chance to get out of Michigan. First in the regular transfer portal, and then whenever the coach is hired, they have a window there. They've got a double chance to get out of it, but I understand you make the commitment. You get used to the idea for a week of being a Michigan Wolverine, and then they say, well, guess what happened with the coach? So you've got that aspect of it. Then there's the current roster, all of which are.
This was one of the reasons maybe Ole Miss wanted to move before, because Lane Kiffin, if he was there when they signed on that, on the first Wednesday in December, the entire class could be released. So now, because they signed with the guy they have in place now, that's not the case. So it's a little bit of, just to paint a picture on the timeline as far as which would affect us here locally.
So what do you want to talk about first? The possibility of a replacement, or you want to talk about Bryce Underwood? I'll take them in either order you want.
Well, Bryce Underwood deleted the @UMitch football from his social media account, so people think that's he's really, who knows, I'm sure. I mean, everybody's a free agent no matter where they are.
Yeah.
But certainly people are going to attack this current roster, this recruiting class, and others. How good is he? He had less than expectation type of true freshman year, but it's a true freshman year.
What would he have
very
to do?
difficult.
What would he have to do to meet expectations last year?
Get him to the playoff.
Yeah, at the very least.
Win enough games to get him to a playoff.
Or beat Ohio State, I guess. Up there counts for quadruple or whatever.
That would have got him in, I think.
But his numbers were not terrible for a freshman making, first start on the road was at Oklahoma.
Eyeball was pretty bad. He was not a comfortable passer.
And isn't that what we expected? A raw, if he'd come to LSU, a raw prospect.
I thought that his passing wasn't as suspect as it looked this year. No, I don't think he's he's not one of these athletes that trying to turn to. He could throw the ball. He could throw the ball. That's a very tough spot. Now, how much of the stats were when that middle to lower part of the Big Ten was atrocious. I mean, that's like playing some of these defenses almost MAC level. So how much of his numbers, wasn't good against Oklahoma. We know that. First true road start. Even so, double whammy there. I'm not going to kill him. He's still going to have a ton of suitors. And I think Saban put it best when he talked about him. But he said, man, look, he's not there yet, but he's going to be good.
What would you, if he said, hey, listen, I'd like to go to LSU now. That's where I was going to go in the first place. And then Larry Ellison's girlfriend Well, I hear too much in the last 24 hours of, I don't want him. He sucks. Well, a lot of freshman quarterbacks struggle and get better. Did you look at him and say, this kid's horribly overrated? Or did you look at him and go, this is a kid that's taking his lumps and learning on the job and is thrust in from game one of his freshman year, and he's still got a hell of a lot of upside? Because that's what I thought when I watched him.
He's got a lot of upside, and man, I'd gladly let him go, take his lumps and, the worst part of it. And
learn on somebody else.
Yes, indeed.
Now, would I put $12 million up? No.
I mean, like at McCord, they nudged him out.
McCord's a great example.
Okay, McCord, man, he put up all kinds of numbers at Syracuse. Will Howard was nudged out at Kansas State. He won a national championship.
McCord struggled through that year at Ohio State and then led the nation in passing yards at Syracuse.
Jaden Daniels get better here?
By more than just a little bit. So this idea about, no, to hell with him. That kid wants to come to
who's saying that? Because he's going to have a list a mile long as far as who would want him.
Now, would I pay?
Who would not take that guy?
I can't think of anybody.
Texas?
Well,
they're not going to take him for next year. He's not going to sit the bench. He's not going to sit the bench.
No, he's not going to sit the bench.
Okay, so he's not going to Texas. I mean, who else?
Who else absolutely wouldn't take him? I can't think of anybody that would.
If Chambliss gets another year,
he's not going to go certain. Anybody would take him. He wouldn't go certain places. He wouldn't go to Texas because there's probably a lot of schools that get eliminated.
Well, this is a year. This is not going to offer him what he wants in NIL.
Correct.
For a year.
There are situations that just don't work for
Oregon.
him.
He's Duke's
Oregon. If Dante Moore
Duke's
goes
got their
back,
guy.
Yeah. Let's say 90%.
And I mean, when you take Mensa next year over Underwood,
he knows it's a good year.
You had. Well, that
yes,
helps too.
I would keep Mensa. My point is, just about any program would take him. Okay, there's situations that don't work.
95%, 98%.
I wouldn't give the amount of budget to him that Michigan did. Okay, star quarterback, 20% of your budget. I mean, last year Brian Kelly talked about $18 million on the roster. Nussmeier, by some reports, made a little under $4 million.
Would you give him what LSU offered last year? I would.
Yeah. I would give him that.
Yeah.
Now, if his demand is I got to have $12 million more dollars, well then no, you can.
Unless you're Logan Thomas, unless you're Sims from Arizona State currently, who else that just didn't get any better with experience? 95% of the college quarterbacks get better with reps, with time.
You think he get better under Lane Kiffin? Just a little bit. Can he run just a little bit? Like he needs.
He's going to run. He'd be tailor made for Lane Kiffin's offense.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, send the plane.
Could he take the $500,000 from Weiss Jr. and put it in the till for this guy?
Yeah. Huh? I mean, Portnoy's pissed. He's not putting up any more money. So.
He's
not happy. Portnoy's having a bad week.
Having an annual,
from Pete Carroll to Chiron Moore. Portnoy's having a bad week.
Yes. You always have a gripe when the coach you bet against does something to you, not to your liking.
So Bryce Underwood to me, yes. If he wants to come, LSU needs a quarterback. Hell yes, send the plane. Send it today. Okay.
Yes.
Now, do I think that's going to happen? Probably not.
Why not? I mean, he didn't spend any other place or any other school committed that long. He didn't spend as much time as he did in Baton Rouge and LSU's facility. How can LSU not be the favorite? They need a quarterback. How can they not be the favorite? He's got LSU's showing you they got budget, right?
Yeah, and
Is
you
it
got
more?
and now you have a quarterback coach that you really know will develop you.
Every quarterback has put up numbers in Lane Kiffin's system,
and he would.
Every quarterback.
He would too. So I shouldn't say it's doubtful because this is less than 24 hours. This is very fresh. I have no idea what Bryce Underwood's thinking, but if he's thinking at all that he wants to come to Baton Rouge, send the plane. Send it now. What else are you going to go? This kid's got
throwing juice.
Throwing juice?
And a dog. I mean,
look, I thought it would help.
Does he like dogs?
Everybody likes dogs.
Does he like rotisserie turkeys? We'll throw him in a turkey from Sammy. I mean,
What's for Christmas dinner, man?
Same thing he was there for Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, remind everybody.
Rotisserie and fried. Who is saying? Who would want this guy?
That's social media nonsense.
Well, that's why you brought this up. I mean, I like
social media nonsense.
Okay. No, I don't want the guy that performed at the level he did this past year. You're not going to get that guy.
I expect him to get better. Yeah.
Yes.
He's got 12 games under his belt, and I got a coach that needs a quarterback.
You saying Michigan's coaching staff has the track record of putting their quarterbacks in friendly systems?
Do I have to put it in capital letters for you? Yes, absolutely.
Think he's got as much ability as Matt Corral?
If it was last year's quarterback's coach, I wouldn't have that much faith. I got this year's
Check
quarterback.
out the numbers Matt Corral put in his Kiffin
he was
system.
pretty good. He was pretty good.
And the runners. You think he's not a good running threat? Is Jackson Dart?
He's big.
He's big,
really
fast. He's got a big arm, man. No, I
want to talk about the replacements when we come back.
But the holiday catering menu over here, it is available for Christmas now. We are closed on Christmas Day here at Sammy's, both here on Highland Road, Highland near Starring, and on Old Perkins Road near Airline in Prairieville. But we're open pretty much the whole day on Christmas Eve. 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. All the pickups will be done then. Orders have to be done 48 hours in advance. Charlie, the rotisserie turkeys, the fried turkeys, we got that, right? We got all the sides, the mashed potatoes, the boudin rice dressing, which I had, which is delicious. Pepper jack crawfish cornbread dressing, outstanding. Green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole, spinach artichoke madeleine, macaroni and cheese. Let me tell you about this giblet gravy. It's a must, bro. Mm-hmm. This giblet gravy is unbelievable from Sammy's. It was unreal, man. The chicken and sausage gumbo, the seafood gumbo, whatever you want. So holiday pickup, please get your order in 48 hours in advance. They're doing it for Christmas and New Year's. We've got crawfish over here at Sammy's. Started yesterday. No, they're not full size at this point, but the season is great. You need your fix. You need all that cold beer over here at Sammy's and get that seasoning. Man, we do have it dine-in only, but we went through 100 pounds last night for the first night over here at Sammy's. So crawfish season is officially in season. So starting at 5 p.m. on Monday through Thursday, and then on the weekend starting at lunchtime at 11 a.m. And then also gift certificates. Give the gift of mozzarella cheese sticks, a cold beer, crawfish. That's what I want under my tree or in my stocking for this Christmas. For every $100 that you spend on Sammy's gift cards, get an extra $20 a bonus. So give the gift of Sammy's for this Christmas season. Again, $100 gift card. For every $100, get $20 free.
Live at Sammy's on Highland, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch. This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation
and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Tex Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. The live lunch with Otten Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline. Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Beard, Cole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Location, Baton Rouge to Golden Vale. You've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. From Sam's Highland Road on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Shows available on demand, 1045ESPN.com, LouisianaSports.net. New Handycast up, first of a two-part series in Lane Kiffin's offense. Dixon, I did a deep dive last night, and some of the things that make that offense so successful conceptually, that is up right now on YouTube. Brought to you by Supreme Rice, supporting our Louisiana farmers since the 1930s. Go to supremerice.com. Jimmy, the usual lists that come out as soon as one of these big jobs comes up. We've been looking at these lists for months now because of all the jobs that were open. So for the Michigan head coaching job, I'll give you the odds if you want, but we know those things don't matter. Kalen DeBoer is the first name that's come up on just about every list. Now, why is that?
I mean,
the Alabama coach,
following Saban. I mean, he's
the Alabama coach.
He didn't know there was going to be a tough a pressure cooker before he accepted the job.
A lot of people tried to warn him.
Well, the thing about the Michigan job is, okay, this just in, but you got to have in college football, you got to push the envelope to be competitive. You got to fudge. You got to borderline cheat or just flat out cheat sometimes, okay? And is Michigan, who is a proud academic institution, I mean, the best coach they had, you know, in this lifetime, I mean, we want to put Harbaugh next to Schembechler. Schembechler never won one. He had a longer his run of success, but never won one. I mean, the guy was suspended. This is how the guy got the job. And, I mean, you rushed into it. It's a bad hire in hindsight because, I mean, where was Chiron Moore? What other jobs was he up for?
None.
You know, so you have this and this back to back, and then so will they kind of go, Pollyanna, man, we got to clean these things up. You know, our image is being tarnished. And so you don't have the administrative support, administrative support that you have, that everybody else has who's going to do it. You know, the administrative support they're given, the Freeman, that they didn't give to Kelly. Well, if you think that, oh, no, he's just that much better. He's a better recruiter. There's no doubt about that. But, you know, he's getting a little bit more support as well. Budget, getting more of that as well.
The Alabama coach, no matter what job comes up, no matter how big it is, Ohio State, Texas, whatever you think the biggest job in college football is, the Alabama coach doesn't come up in that discussion because nobody leaves Alabama unless there's some kind of other circumstances. In other words, there's no job that is, oh, my God, that's a better job than Alabama. Clearly. So there's got to be some circumstances. DeBoer didn't hang up on Penn State right away. They took 2 shots at him. He said, nah, no thanks. Usually when the job comes open, it's because something over there is not quite. Saban listened to Texas, okay, because it was going to be an outlandish amount of money, and maybe because he wanted one other different challenge before he retired. That didn't work out. Franchione got tired. Now we're going back 25 years. Franchione got tired of the fishbowl that was Tuscaloosa and got out. The program was nowhere near at that point what it is now. DeBoer listened to Penn State. He comes up on all of these lists. He going to listen to Michigan? Is he going to take this job?
I wouldn't.
You would?
No,
you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
I just told you. You don't. Man, they might be into self-policing themselves. Are they? You don't think there's a chance they could be tightening screws a little bit up there?
Sure.
I mean,
but tightening the screws on what? You can pay players now legally. So what are you tightening the screws on? Yes, he can't go up there and sleep with any staffers. I'm sure he'll agree to that. You can.
What if one of your players gets in a little trouble? No, we can't do this. I mean, you know,
I don't know if that's enough of a detriment to not take the job.
I don't know if I'm all the administrative support is all in, Charlie. There's a lot of things. There's a laundry list. We can go. You want to talk for the rest of the show on all the things that fall under administrative support? We can. It's not a given that it's there right now. It's more compromise, maybe, than ever. There's more reason for them not to give you the full administrative support that everybody else is getting.
And your AD is under fire right now. Your AD is going to be under fire. He's going to have to answer questions about this. Okay? So, yes, the administrative portion I get.
Yes.
But you said it yourself. DeBoer was 1 or 2 bad plays away from potentially getting fired this year. Now, they got to pay him all kind of money if they run him off.
I mean, if they get housed, next Friday night.
They get beat there, and he goes 9-3 next year. He's fired, right?
Oh, he might get fired Friday night.
Okay, right.
I mean, they don't. I mean, it's unrealistic expectations, and maybe it took him to spend 2 seasons down there to realize it.
So he goes up there, he starts with a fresh contract.
But I wouldn't have passed up Penn State for Michigan in this state. Normally, I would, not in these conditions.
Michigan a better job than Penn State?
Normally, yes. Okay. Not now.
Okay.
No. You just said it. You don't know if who's going to be your boss. I mean, where all your recruiting class going? Where's your current roster?
There's a lot of questions.
Where are you going to tighten it up? You're going to self-police? I mean, you like quoting Portnoy. He said he's slowing up. He's not giving as much money, right?
Yeah.
You said that.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of things.
I don't think
right now Penn State's a better job. If he turned them down, I can't see where it would want to go to Michigan.
I don't know if Ward Manuel's involvement in this, if you want to call it that, rises to the level of a fireable offense. He could easily say, we've been investigating this for 3, 4, 5 weeks, and we wanted to be sure. This was a major firing. We wanted to make sure our investigation was complete before we said anything. That would be at least a plausible explanation if he can back it up.
What do you think?
If I was DeBoer, I'd take the Michigan job. I would get out of that pressure cooker. I'd start fresh with a new contract. And if he goes 9-3, 3 years in a row at Michigan, he's not getting fired. Unless he gets blown out by Ohio State.
Make a side bet. I ain't going.
Quitting on your team in the playoff, huh?
No. I'm talking about after the playoff.
They can wait. Michigan will wait.
Yeah, signing day's over. I mean, it's a dead period anyway. What are you in a hurry
Portals?
for?
Because all you guys are free to leave.
Okay. Yeah.
You might want to lock them down, huh?
Yep, they can't actually leave until January. But
You make a side bet. You think he's going?
No, I don't.
Okay, but you would go if you were him.
I can make a strong argument
but
that
you
he
think
should.
So you think the Michigan job is better than Penn State because you just turned him down?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. Not by a lot, but by a little bit. Yeah.
Normally, this is not normal.
This is not normal. I'll give you that.
Thanks.
Nothing
Appreciate
normal.
it.
Nothing
Don't forget
normal
friends
about
at
this.
Legacy Title, Chad Reynolds at Legacy Title for all your real estate closings. 296-0060, full service title company, servicing all of South Louisiana. Ashley Donald, Adrian Galata, Michael Platt, Mariana Haynes, Natalie and Bradford Smith, buying, building, refinancing. Nobody chooses but you. Choose Chad Reynolds at Legacy Title, 296-0060.
Live at Sammy's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs, no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, member FINRA, SIPC.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, every night's a fiesta.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today, and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that always remembered. To view our menu, visit ruffinosrestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis Original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating company. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever had to go to sleep hot. They're an authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, Generac, and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
Workbox to all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchroom.
Live on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. It's time. It's now Colucci time. Dwayne Colucci is back to give his best picks on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Colucci, what's up, my man?
What's going on, Miat? How you been, buddy?
Been good. You tried to warn us about, you worried about your Dallas Cowboys last Thursday night. They were kind of a popular bet last night, and you smelled a rat with your boys.
Well, you know how it is. I mean, Jimmy, you know, when we're in the business and in the industry, you have to be very objective. You can't bet with your heart. You can't pick with your heart. And in certain situations this year, Dallas's defense has disappeared. And this was just a prime example of where the defense doesn't show up. Yeah, Dak shows up. You know, you have whose mind is elsewhere. CD leaves the game early, and before you know it, Detroit has 40-some-odd points. And, you know, I knew definitely the Cowboys were dead about an hour prior to the game where I saw Amon St. Brown warming up and thumbs up. No, once this guy is into that offense, it's going to be opening things up for that two-prong running attack. So, you know, Dallas. They're a good team, but they're not a great team or a playoff team. They're a borderline good team, and especially with the competition level now of NFC, especially, you know, the division there with Green Bay, Detroit, and Chicago. It's become difficult because that's the division that's going to have three representatives. And, you know, Dallas is on the outside looking in. They would have to run the table and probably still need a little help with the Eagles just hovering there waiting to get caught. So, you know, Washington, you couldn't really pick how bad they were going to be just because of the injuries. The Giants, you kind of knew were rebuilt, but they showed flashes early on that they could improve. And, you know, now Dallas is in second place, but that's not any justification for a playoff spot.
And what's the future market look like at the Rampart in South Point for you guys where, you know, the Eagles now have tripped up the defending champs? They've done this before where, you know, in between two Super Bowl runs, they had this great start and just this strange – they don't look close what they were. They've lost the game in a row. Certainly in the AFC, all the regular participants in the top of the list. Kansas City is now 6-7. Baltimore's fighting for their playoff like Buffalo is 2 games back in New England. Is the confidence level shifted to the Patriots, the Broncos, some others?
Yeah, you know, you're going to see the market definitely, you know, it's like stock. Basically, whoever's hot and, you know, has improved road, they're going to have, you know, substantial backing, and that's what's happening with Drake May and the Patriots. And, you know, a lot of people are skeptical now of the Chiefs. The skepticism of the Ravens started real early in the season. You could see that they were not as dominating or as flashy as they were going to be perceived, especially with that defense. Joe Burrow went early, so that eliminated Cincinnati. I think there's still a lot of Buffalo backers that believe, you know, you have Josh Allen, one of the best gamers and quarterbacks in the NFL, so that definitely helps. But, yeah, the complexion has changed drastically outside of the Rams. A lot of people were perceiving the Rams to be on top in the NFC with the Eagles, with Green Bay. You know, definitely the market has substantially backed the Rams here at the Rampart in South Point. The Eagles, you know, they still have backing. Dallas had early future action, but not much. I mean, everybody expected a down year this year. And the surprise is definitely the Chicago Bears. And Robinson did a great job. I mean, he kind of got out-coached. I don't know what he was doing towards the end of the game. I don't understand what some of these coaches do where they just let the clock run and run. You have 3 timeouts. You start to question their coaching techniques. And he actually got out-coached by Matt LaFleur, which is unheard of. Matt LaFleur is definitely one of those underachievers that year in, year out has massive talent, and they just don't seem to get over the cusp. But, you know, now you're starting to see some Green Bay backers. They're trying to prove me wrong. I was very skeptical. I still believe they're the most overrated teams in the NFL. But, I mean, the way the complexion has changed and that the Eagles can't get out of their own way and several other teams have faltered, like Tampa Bay and so forth, in the NFC, now Green Bay starts to rise to the top and, you know, helped along by Minnesota and their horrible season. So it's going to be interesting to see if teams like Seattle, who are definitely attracting some future action here at the Rampart in South Point, and the Bears can get to that top of the hill, but it's going to be very difficult.
Charlie, who do you think the favorite is to win the NFC right now?
The Rams?
Yep. What about the AFC?
Harder, but I'm going to say right this second, the Patriots.
Dwayne, is it this is our local shop here. Try favorites exactly plus 370 on the Patriots, the Broncos, and the Bills. Exactly the same. Is that
definitely.
the same?
You know what it is, Jimmy? We took so much action early in the season on Buffalo that it is so hard to move that meter because they were the darling and definitely the team that everybody was perceiving to go to the Super Bowl and represent the AFC as well as Baltimore. But the Buffalo money was so substantial, guys, that's where the market definitely lies. And, to move that needle, it becomes very, very difficult. So, we got plied with a lot of that action, and we're still, we're sustaining. It's what it is. It is what it is. But, definitely it's going to be interesting to see Patriots overall. Now, here's our odds currently. 3 to win the AFC favorite at the South Point. And that's to win the AFC. I'm sorry, I think I said NFC. To win the AFC. Then you have the Broncos at 4-1. You have 4-1. The Texans, believe it or not, at 4-1. So that's where the money has gone at the Rampart and the South Point. But still, the ticket count is high on the Bills. The Bills have the highest ticket count, followed by the Denver Broncos on this to advantage, winning the games that they definitely need to. And on the other side of the ball, the Rams are plus win the NFC. So
same Kansas City many years. I know they're because 7 more than the Chiefs.
No, Phil, it's just unbelievable. Like, but the ticket count is much higher on the Bills. I would say we have a third more ticket on the Bills.
It's game in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, this is a tough thing, I'll be honest with you. You're loving it. Okay, let's go. Let's take a shot tonight. Minnesota Wild against the juggernaut Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars have a plus 29 goal differential right now, but Minnesota is actually third in the Central. They have 37 points. They're 8-3-4 at home, 16-9 overall. You're getting a nice plus here, plus 120 at the Rampart and South Point. The Wild are the third and final game tonight, guys. Third and final answer. Let's get it.
All right, Minnesota. We're looking at plus 120 around here. So a couple of short dogs and a short favorite there. Palmieri, right, Charlie?
Yeah.
Not Calamari, Palmieri.
Not Palmero.
No,
I knew
no,
him.
not Raphael.
He did not
No
do
steroids.
any steroids.
Palmieri didn't do any steroids either.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I can bet on him then.
That's why he's on the injured list.
Follow Dwayne on
How
Twitter.
come you guys didn't bring up the Michigan coaching situation?
Oh, we talked about it for
I'm
2
shocked.
segments. We talked about 2 segments before you came on. So
I love it.
Michigan in a little trouble right now. So yes,
Just a
indeed.
bit, huh?
Just a tad. Brian Kelly fit in just perfect over there, wouldn't that, huh?
Hey, he's available.
Yeah.
He is available. He
Wanted
sure,
that job at one point in his life.
He sure is. Thank you, Kaluch. We appreciate it, brother. You're the best. Thank you.
Be real
Love you
convenient.
guys, and happy holidays to everybody in Baton Rouge.
Be real convenient. All he's got to do is send in a resume, and he has fulfilled his contract. Trying to get a job. I sent him a resume. What else you want me to do?
Right.
Had a little attachment. Never mind.
He's available.
Satisfied the terms of his contract. I tried to find another job.
Back to the ball real quick as we go to this break. But again, he's going to get fired at some point. If it's not Friday night, it's next year or the year after. I mean, for him to last more than 4 years in Tuscaloosa would be highly improbable, right? Following Nick Saban. I mean, it just.
This was always going to be a difficult ask. I think they got another highly rated recruiting class. It's a pretty good roster.
Top 5 class. Yeah,
there's no reason he can't win 10 games next year, but that might get him fired. If he loses in the first round of the playoffs this year, gets in at 10-2 next year, loses in the first round of the game again, he could get fired.
Getting Simpson back was big piece to their puzzle for next year.
Very much.
Yeah, I mean, he had a pretty damn good first year as a first year starting.
He's one of the few guys that could make the playoffs and still get fired.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's not very many jobs like that.
You're following Nick Saban. There's not a tougher job in the country.
Most places you make the playoffs,
you're
okay.
And when he gets fired there, he's not likely to land a job, even in this. Certainly not right now with Pitt, and I don't even with Michigan.
He can reset the clock if he wants.
Reset the clock.
On his contract. Yeah. It's a brand new contract.
Well, I mean, he's going to get paid. He can go sit on the beach
Might
for
be
a
waiting
year
for
or
him
two.
to fire him. Hey, go ahead and fire me. Which show you want to walk out of?
Don't forget our friends at Relief Windows for windows, doors, siding, and shutters, vinyl windows, storm impact windows, wood windows. Don't forget the doors, exterior doors, French doors, sliding glass doors, or siding like vinyl siding or hardy plank siding, shutters, interior, all of our shutters, all of them online at reliefwindows.com. Ask them to replace my windows that rotted. I'm glad I got some that last. Come with a warranty as call our window 288-38 Relief Windows.
Live at Sammy's on Live at Lunch 105. SPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources will help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your office, drop a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine.
This is Buzzy Hydell for the Morris Insurance Group. Outdoorsmen in the state might be having a tough time right now finding policies to fit on the properties they love. If you've got a hunting camp, a boat, or an RV that has been difficult to insure, we want you to look again. For owners or renters, the Morris Insurance Group can help you all the way to the duck camp or the fishing boat. We also have policies on coastal properties, including flood insurance to let owners protect themselves in the event of damage. For your camps, boats and trailers, four-wheelers, ATVs, and tractors, get a quote today at morris-ig.com or call 225-201-0007.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Town Room at Dozy Place. The Crown Town Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with the sriracha glaze for the perfect blend of sweet and spicy. You can't go wrong also with the flash fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Dozy Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
At Town Square Pizza, we take pride in serving Baton Rouge with fresh, delicious, piping hot, personalized pizza with unmatched speed. Whether you're a downtown worker, a family looking for convenience, value, or an out-of-towner staying at one of the nearby hotels, Town Square Pizza is for you. Try a specialty pizza like the Spanish Town Supreme or custom build your own. Family packs, kids meals, and salads are available as well. It's hip to be square. Town Square Pizza, downtown facing. What else? Town Square.
Love got lunch with hot and handy Sammy's Grill. Suited steak for over 3 years. I wait for sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
Town Square Pizza. We take pride in serving Baton Rouge with fresh, delicious, piping hot, personalized pizza with unmatched speed. Whether you're a downtown worker, a family looking for convenience and value, or an out-of-towner staying at one of the nearby hotels, Town Square Pizza is the spot for you. Try a specialty pizza like the Spanish Town Supreme or custom build your own. Family packs, kids meals, and salads are available as well. It's hip to be square at Town Square Pizza, downtown facing. What else? Town Square.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. With Ott and Hanny, live from Sammy's Grill on Highland Road on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Jim Knowles, who was a defensive coordinator at Penn State last year and Ohio State the 3 years before that, has taken the same position at Tennessee. Nice hire for Josh Heupel, 38 years in the business. Jim Knowles, one of the bigger names among coordinators, headed to Rocky Top. We're back with hour number 2 here at Sammy's on Highland 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
1950, Phil's Oyster Bar started on Government Street. Then Gus Piazza took over in the 70s, and now his son Anthony has taken it to another level at the current location in South Downs. It's always been a Baton Rouge landmark. Seafood, oysters, po' boys, burgers, and more, all served up in an atmosphere full of sports nostalgia and tons of TVs to catch all the games. Seafood gumbo, crawfish cheesecake, or my favorite, the meatball quesadilla to start. Check out dinner and bar specials at philsoysterbar.com. You know we bleed purple and gold at Phil's Oyster Bar in the South Downs Shopping Center.
We're here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his blue period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
The timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710.
Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padial at Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs, no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Facing ED or low T can be frustrating, but it doesn't have to hold you back. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers effective treatments starting at $125 a month with no contract. Visit yourgoodwood.com and take control of your health.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Sammy's Grill on Highland Road on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Back here at Sammy's on Highland. Come by and see us for lunch and also for your holiday menus. Let Sammy's help out a little bit.
All the stuff that we had available for the Thanksgiving is available for Christmas and New Year's. The turkeys, whether it's fried or rotisserie, the sides. Giblet gravy is unbelievable. All the sides like the mashed potatoes, boudin rice dressing, pepper jack crawfish cornbread dressing, green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole, spinach and artichoke madeleine, macaroni and cheese. You can do the gumbo, chicken and sausage or seafood, and our white chocolate bread pudding or pecan pies for desserts. All that we ask is get your order in 48 hours in advance. You can come on by and place it, or you can go to our website at sammysgrill.com. Pickups available on New Year's Eve. We're open from on New Year's Eve from 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Closed on Christmas. Actually picked up my turkey that morning, Charlie, on Thanksgiving morning. That will not be an option for Christmas. We'll be closed. Give our staff off on Christmas Day. So Christmas Eve, pick it up from, again, 9:30 a.m. to 9 p.m.
SEC schedule reveal tonight. The order.
Oh, are you getting
is tonight.
Okay.
We got the opponents. We just need to know in what order. Max, you've been picking up a little bit on this. Some of the potential things that. First of all, just to the refresher, LSU's 3 permanent opponents: Arkansas, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M, also on the schedule next year. Alabama, Mississippi State, Texas, Auburn, and Kentucky, and Tennessee rounded out. And, of course, Clemson is going to be the opener. LSU's got to add one non-conference game. Kind of curious to see
So
if
a traditional, was 12 teams SEC West schedule. All 5.
Yes, you get
2 Mississippi, 2 Alabama, and Arkansas.
That's right. You get all of those back. The McNeese game is October the 3rd, so we already know that all of the non-conference games aren't going to be in the month of September. LSU actually hasn't even announced who that third non-conference opponent is. It's not going to be anybody, big or anything like that.
La Tech.
Is it going to be La Tech again? No, that's fine. I don't care. But the order of the rest of them will be at least a little bit interesting. So you're starting to get some of the leakage on this?
Well, nothing officially leaked, but I just heard some things. And
let's talk about some of the things you've heard, please.
I did hear that I think the Ole Miss, the heavily anticipated meeting in Oxford, will probably be the SEC opener, September 19th, I believe that is.
Early in the game, I was sort of hoping, and I realize this runs counter to the break before where the Alabama game usually is, would have been to put that game on Halloween. If the league's got a little bit of a nod towards history, Halloween is a Saturday, and Lord knows that there's a history between those two teams. This the most anticipated LSU Ole Miss game since Billy Cannon's run, Jimmy?
I don't know about that.
Well,
2003 was pretty big.
2003 was pretty big. All right, it's in the top 5 anyway. I would have.
Well, but when the season starts, yeah.
I know that they've got a gazillion factors in putting together a schedule for everybody, but just kind of selfishly, I thought,
well, they played September.
Halloween night's not a bad.
They played September this year.
They did.
So,
but you're going to 9 games. We don't even know if the Alabama game is going to be the first week in November, just because it's been there for the last 15 years through 2 schedule adjustments. We don't know that it's going to be there. So I would have liked to have put it on Halloween.
You know when Alabama Tennessee is going to be, huh?
The third weekend, October.
What's your expectation level of that?
100%.
Yeah,
102%. What else, Max? Possibility LSU could play Alabama and Texas back to back.
I think I think November is going to be pretty tough. Just the way the schedule breaks. Right, you've got Texas A&M's got to go at some point. I would think they're in an October spot, but. Yeah, Texas, Tennessee. You got a trip to Tennessee. I could see that being later in the season. So you're going to finish with Arkansas, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, that's about the only thing. That's about the only thing I'm willing to say. Put that in concrete that they'll finish with Arkansas, just because, well, they almost have to.
What about Arkansas's been playing Missouri? They still have Missouri?
Yes. They do.
They've got. It's weird, Jimmy, because they've got a lot of these teams that are traditionally right now playing a certain team to end the year.
Right.
But
so Texas A&M.
Yeah. They're not going to have Oklahoma next year, LSU. So they've got to finish with somebody. And so you're going to break up some of them, right?
So they have Oklahoma the last weekend.
Yeah, Missouri, Oklahoma is what I'm betting on for the last week of the season.
No, really?
LSU doesn't play Oklahoma.
Not Missouri,
Jimmy.
Arkansas?
Well, no, Arkansas I think is going to come here. So you could have done it the other way. You could put Missouri, Arkansas, and LSU, Oklahoma. But
they played. Arkansas, Missouri have played. They're still a permanent.
They are. And
you're going to have to break up some of those, Jimmy, because LSU can't play Oklahoma next year.
I get it, but that's not one you're going to break up.
They've got to break up some.
Missouri, Arkansas. I meant to say Missouri, Arkansas playing the last week. But
but then who does LSU play the last week?
They don't play Oklahoma this year.
Oh. I got you.
You've got to break up some of them.
You know the other one, besides rivalry week, that's going to be set as well.
Well, all of the
no, Oklahoma, Texas is going to be on the second Saturday.
The Egg Bowl is going to be set for the last weekend.
That's rivalry week.
Okay.
So besides rivalry week.
Besides rivalry week.
Third Saturday in October and the second Saturday in October. Besides that, I don't know.
Texas, Oklahoma for Texas State Fair.
Second Saturday in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I mean, in September.
Yeah.
I think they'll keep Texas and A&M in the final weekend.
The rivalry week is set. Yeah, that's rivalry week.
Yeah.
That's Thanksgiving weekend.
Right, but I'm just saying you're going to have to break up. Like the LSU one is going to be one exception to that.
So you have Texas A&M, Florida State, Georgia Tech, and so you think they're going to move Arkansas away from Missouri to LSU?
Yes. I think they just have to. They got to give LSU somebody in Oklahoma.
So who's Missouri going to play?
They have Oklahoma as a permanent opponent.
There
That's
you go.
Probably,
Okay, I see what you're
that's
saying.
Probably
Okay.
it. The rest of it, as far as the order, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna say about this when it comes out right now. I have a 2-word response to however this turns out tonight. Those 2 words are that's fine. Because when LSU got Arkansas, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M, and didn't get saddled with 2 of the heavyweights in the league. They didn't get saddled with Alabama and Texas, or Alabama and Auburn and Texas A&M. When you give them those three opponents compared to what some of the other teams have as those 3 opponents, then you can put them in whatever order you want.
If you're talking about competitive advantage, I mean, from a competition, you can't ask for any better.
There's no whining about if Alabama and Texas do end up in back-to-back weeks, no whining, okay? You got to play Texas this year. You don't have to play Texas every year. You got to play Alabama. You don't have to play them every year. So if they fall back-to-back in this particular year, that's just how that falls. So my response to I can't imagine they would do anything that would go, oh, my goodness, that's such put them in whatever order you want. Now, I do have some preferences if I could do it. I would like to see Alabama at the first week in November. We're kind of used to that. I would like to see Kentucky in October, just for no other reason than the fans going up there. I think will travel a little bit better with in October. With you get. The last time we went to Keeneland. We saw how many LSU fans were there. I think you might draw a little bit better in October for that, but I don't know.
You got it. It's a tight window. It's got to be in October.
Got to be in a certain 3 or 4 week period.
Yeah.
Mississippi State, I would like to see in September if I have my druthers. I think that'll be one of the games that LSU will be favored to win by the biggest margin, maybe, with Mississippi State coming here. Outside of that, put them in whatever order you want. You have a preference, Max?
Everything you said, I kind of built out a educated guess of what the schedule will look like, and everything you've said matched what I kind of think they might do. Mississippi State maybe following Ole Miss, and then Kentucky in October. But that's just a guess. Some of this I kind of have an idea of, but yeah, I agree with everything you said.
Look at you being right on all that stuff.
What do we think of A&M moving forward?
I still think of A&M as a
top half.
Yeah, the top half of the league.
But nowhere specific. I mean, keep in mind there's 7 conference wins. Their opponents were 12 and 43 in league play.
Oof, I didn't realize it was that bad. I knew it was bad. I didn't realize it was quite that.
You had a 0-8, 3 1-7s, a 2-6. Nobody finished. It's a Drinkwitz schedule. No wins over teams that finish with a conference record, conference winning record.
I thought of them as a top 8 team in the conference before they had this year, just based on the resources. And I realize they've been.
You're not ready to pump them up like this. We're going to go quadrants at top 4.
No, I don't have them in the top 4. No.
Who is top 4? Georgia.
It's still Georgia, Alabama, Texas, and the fourth one it's up for debate. I mean, over the last 3 years, it's been Ole Miss, but I don't expect that to continue. They changed coaches, if you didn't hear. Outside of those 3, based on the recent success, I think the next most likely teams would be LSU, Florida, A&M.
And Florida they got to improve, man.
They do.
They got to do something on the field. I mean, what's their conference record like the last 10 years? It's
rough. It's rough. Maybe I got to get it out of my head that's just one of the premier. We grew up with that, man.
They're not the program we grew up with. There's no question about that.
You put the right coach there, but they put a lot more wrong coaches than right coaches. Tennessee's another one. We grew up with Tennessee as a powerhouse, and then they were bad for 12, 14 years.
Well, they have resources to get it straight.
We did that story right after the break. Okay, that's just kind of a splash coordinator hire, wouldn't you say? I mean, last year that guy was replacing the highest paid defensive coordinator in
it's kind of weird, because they were so, the fans were so down. It looked like it, but there's never been a game in the horseshoe where they had more opponents fans than that playoff game where Tennessee took over against Ohio State. And they were pouting. about losing 4 years in a row to Michigan. And if it was 14 playoff, they would have been gone. But he still left. He thought he was going to. He had a ton of talent at Ohio State too, but he thought he was going over to a better situation than what he was with Penn State. There's no doubt. And he didn't do a great job. Their defense was very typical of the team. It wasn't all Drew Aller's fault this year. I mean, they were pretty average. We watched UCLA go up and down the field on them, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Northwestern outgained them. I mean,
that UCLA game was shocking.
Now, do you agree that the games that were played by that team were at a higher level? That was a tougher opponent and place to win when Oregon won there and when Indiana won there. Kind of like when Georgia and Alabama went to Auburn.
Yes.
Was that not a typical 1-7 team in the league?
Right. When by the time Indiana got there, you had already fired the coach. You had already lost a quarterback, but you had a chance for the quarterback, the other quarterback, to get a little bit of time under his Yeah, no, they were much different, and they gave Indiana all they wanted. It
took the
make
lead.
An argument that was the best game. Certainly the best game they played after Franklin got fired. Maybe the best game all year. That or Oregon. Indiana's the one need left, and they're shoelace from winning that game.
Yes.
I guess
over field goal to tie it.
Yeah.
But they fall on it against Oregon. They win that.
They fall on the ball, and James Franklin keeps his job.
The ball's on the ground.
I remember the play.
and then one play away, they had to convert fourth down because Penn State scored in the first possession overtime.
That's right.
In Oregon's first possession, they had to convert a fourth down. Now they blew them off. It was not a tough conversion. They just powered them. And that Joe Moore finalist offensive line, that's one of those plays where this line's really good.
Hey, one more on that, and then we'll quit. You asked me who I thought the better job was. We disagree on Michigan, Penn State as far as the better job.
No.
Slightly.
Not normally.
No, okay, but just now. All right.
Now, at Penn State, yes.
Before we get into the transfer portal, before we get into any of that stuff, who's going to be ranked higher than Penn State?
I don't know.
Neither.
It's a wild card when Michigan's roster. The floor is pretty low at Penn State. They signed how many? 2? Then they signed 2 on last Wednesday?
On Wednesday they signed 2. I think they've signed a couple after that.
Well, that's 2 more secure than Michigan has now.
Everybody can leave. Everybody can leave.
I don't know, Charlie. They're both bad situations.
Last 4 years. 22 SEC records play. Georgia, Texas, Bama, Ole Miss, but then LSU and Tennessee tied for 5th.
Charlie, you're talking. I'm talking about Penn State's administration didn't exactly put on a display of strength, during its hiring process.
No, they.
Okay, well, this is for different reasons. Okay, that was performance. And you didn't hire a coach with as good of credentials as Franklin, but
Penn State fell backwards into Matt Campbell. It wasn't who they were trying to hire. That wasn't their focus for the beginning.
Had they hired him in the middle of November.
Well, you're right.
This would be a completely different. It would be
if they announce him the Monday after the season ends. Wow, what a great job you guys did! Spotlighted your guy, you targeted him, and you got him.
Even late November. But that I know it's a different deal, it's a different level. But UConn, the reason they benefited, I think, with Moore Jr. is they got him signed early. Boom, he's roster building immediately. I know it's a different level, but they were so bad. They were so bad, man. That's a really good coaching job, what he did over there. They were the worst Division I team. And they were, they went to bowl game the next year, I think. 500.
They did. They were 6-win.
I think they went and lost Marshall.
Got into one of the small.
Yeah, they were not a good team, but they were were so improved. And if Campbell gets hired with a similar timeline, now he wants to finish his season, I guess, but they were out of it for a while. Their season fell way below expectations pretty early.
I wouldn't have expected them to have him leave Iowa State before the season finale, but right after that, like the Monday, the same day LSU announced Kiffin. That should have been the day that Penn State announced.
Yeah, Moore was out of work at the time.
Right, they had that advantage. We're brought to you by the Thibodeau Store and the Pierre Part Store. Right now, go to thethibodeaustore.com. Up to 51% on all hand and power tools from Milwaukee, and from all Channel Lock hand tools, up to 45% off on the website. Looking for holiday gift ideas? Cordless power tools, tool storage, outdoor cooking, outdoor power equipment, patio furniture, spreaders and cedars, all that stuff that, maybe you're not going to use it until next summer, but get it while it's on special right now here before the holiday season. Solar outdoor security cameras on special right now. Security locks as well are available at thethibodeaustore.com, or you can go down 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodaux Highway 70 in Pierre Part, open until 5:30. Get your holiday shopping done. ThibodeauStore.com. Live at lunch from Sammy's on Highland, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement is the direct new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones provider. Text Portland. Edward Jones, member of IPC.
Plan. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. They can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodaux, on at ThibodeauStore.com.
The north side of campus, I need to remind you about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee is the special coffee shop in the 1980s. First and right in the shop. Quick's Cafe for breakfast 7 days a week. Individual omelet, Cajun hash browns, big cheesy Lou, all served up in a famous open kitchen atmosphere. In Tigertown since 1941. A couple of great spots. Highland Coffee and Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources will help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return when it's done. Mention my name Yacht for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. Go Automotive in La Place and Plaquemine.
Get the 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts and an audio message. To be played in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Live lunch with Todd and Hanny. Live from Sammy's Grill on Highland Road on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
And we're also brought to you by Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, man, listen, you want to be secure. You want to have a solid financial plan. Let Phil Fontenot and his staff help you out. That's what they've done for our family. You sit down, you have a conversation about exactly where you are in life, the plans that you want to put together, what your future plans are, and they'll take you through step by step, establish that lifetime relationship. So go to coastalcapitaladv.com to set up an appointment. Member FINRA SIPC. And into the latter stages of the NFL season. Jimmy, you asked me earlier if I had one quarterback to win a game this weekend. Who was I picking? And right this second, I think I'd still pick Josh Allen, but I can't tell you that Matthew Stafford's not playing better. There was just a little bit better. There was a conversation this morning on ESPN about if Stafford won the MVP or the Super Bowl, he calls it quits. He could call it quits anyway. And if that would be the decision, Joe Burrow requesting a trade, push
people would be the MVP favorite.
Oh, over Stafford.
Oh yeah.
How close are the numbers?
Well, the one obvious is Allen gives you the running right, which Stafford just doesn't do.
I mean, how close are the odds? Are they very close? Are they not close?
Well, you see these, odds. I mean, it's not as extreme as the Heisman, but it's been related. I mean, it's a slash team award. You got to be so much the best if your team's having a so year.
popular appetizer with a sriracha glaze for the perfect blend of sweet and spicy. You can't go wrong also with the flash fried oysters or the shrimp. Porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on the side, fillet the other. Prepare at different temps if you like government. This application, a heart of visiting.
This is Charles Henniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heat, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies since 1980. Slogan has been service today, every day. No one ever has to go to sleep hot. An authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and generators as well. And now, all your electrical and plumbing needs in Baton Rouge, call 481 in New Orleans, 13300 every day. Total Maintenance.
Get lots of X and less text during at Modesto. Join us Tuesday p.m. for margaritas, dip trivia with $5 drink specials, seasonal cocktails. Eat Modesto. 30
Pizza. True to its hand-tossed wood-fried tradition, Roca Pizzeria is eating its new half-off happy hour. Monday through Fridays, 3 to 6 p.m. Come enjoy 50% off margarita, pepperoni, or cheese. Wine by the glass and draft beer. Roca Pizzeria, 3897 Government.
Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soup, salads, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you find in the dining experience. Have 50th anniversary at Snow's in dollars.
Hour of Live at Lunch with Odd and Annie is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown. 431111 and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs. 925-8710. Supreme Rice. Grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank. The local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway. 928-8659. Total Maintenance. Your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right. Dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait tonight? Make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's fiesta.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana, Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate ALS, now visit ALS.org for more. That's ALS.org.
Click through the static and listen to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge in high definition. Simply tune to 98.1 and select HD2. Live at Lunch with Odd and Hanny. Live from Sammy's Grill on Highland Road on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Matt Humans joins us right now from VEASAN in Las Vegas. Matt, how are you?
Hey, doing great. And I don't know if you had Wes Reynolds on your show this week, but not doing as well as Wes. I've never seen that guy smile.
We did yesterday. He's excited.
Daniel Jones, he's
I mean, if I didn't know it was impossible for him to give birth, it would like he just had a child. So yes, he was very excited.
We'll try it over. Wow. Like, my food is there.
If you're a Colts fan, how could you not be? You got 44-year-old Philip Rivers showing up to save the day, right?
Yes.
Could go wrong.
Oh yeah, but you know, so much of it, and we were both on the right side there with the Hoosiers. We knew they were going to be, man, they were ready to play. No opt out or anything, even if it was popular. And when you go catch Ohio State coming off of a four-year losing streak against Michigan. In doing that, they had won the national championship the year before. We both decided it as a conference championship game. But so, how much of that was the played out, or is Indiana as good, or if not better than Ohio State?
I think Indiana's almost as good as Ohio State, very close. But, you know, as we talked about last week, and I talked about on our show repeatedly, that situation set up perfectly for Indiana with Buckeyes coming off that big win at Michigan. They didn't care as much about the Big Ten championship game. So there are a lot of factors, and plus the game of being in Indianapolis. There are a lot of factors for the NBA State there. And I said on Tim Murray's show on Saturday morning of BSN, I'll be surprised if Indiana doesn't win the game. I really expected to win it. And they didn't play great, but they played well to win. Both teams missed a field goal. One thing a lot of the people who are making excuses for the Buckeyes don't realize is they had one scoring drive, touchdown drive in the entire game, and it was 25 yards. That's it. The Indiana defense is legit.
Yeah.
If you watch the Oregon game, if you watch that Ohio State game, you cannot argue that. The offense at times, Fernando Mendoza, he doesn't always light it up. Like against Penn State, I thought he was a little off that day. He wasn't that great against Ohio State Saturday, but the defense is legit. There's no doubt about that. And hey, on that topic, by the way, I've got bets on Mendoza to win the Heisman. I think this race should be a lot closer. The bet markets are in right now. I did not think Mendoza was outstanding. Well, he had a big third down completion to ice the game. Is that a Heisman clincher now?
I mean, we can run a highlight to Diego Pavia and some of his highlight moments.
Right,
I mean, but where do you want to start? I mean, I could put way more. He had the drive against Penn State. Okay, you know that was, and you know that was real, and he did it right after they fell behind. They were down in the last 2 minutes, and I just think it's just the stage. There was very little competition with the ACC championship. That's it, and it came down to the end. Maybe as a game is that tight. It probably built up a little viewership, and damn it, half the voters don't watch football unless the last 2 weekends of the season. So, I mean,
any opponent.
But I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be close. I know in game, Sam and I were both tracking very hard, and he got to as much as minus 150 or minus 160 during that game. So he was hurt more by Indiana winning than Ohio State winning.
Right.
Because I think those in game was like plus 400, Matt.
At one point, I thought the Heisman was slipping away from him. Like you said, I know what Chris said about the two on that. I think did a strong. It was very close between the two. I think it came out 64 points for Mendoza, 61. I think he tried for Pavia, but he didn't get a chance to play in a conference championship game and over the weekend, and it's probably going to be a really close race that Mendoza's going to win. I got to say, there have been some very inspiring Heisman races over the past 25 years or so, but this is one of the worst I can remember.
What if he drops the pass? He's not going to win the game by the same score, but he drops the pass. I'm serious. How many people made up their mind on that pass?
I thought he made the biggest throws were on the only touchdown drive too. He threw downfield to set him up, and then the touchdown was 25 or 30 yards was a good one as well. Max, you had.
I was going to cite that straw poll. For what it's worth, this week I've seen as high as 1 on Pavia. He's down to 6-1 at the DraftKings Sports. So straw poll did kind of move the market a little bit.
Yeah, one they got, Matt, was the odds to make it to the college football playoff, and this is rare for these sites to be this off. Notre Dame was anywhere from minus 1,000 to minus 3,000 to make it to the playoff. We're charting, we were on the air at the time. Miami was anywhere from plus 130. I think they went off at plus 165, 185, 185. So they were wrong on that one.
Well, I think a lot of people were wrong about that. It's the committee might have been wrong too. But that committee was a clown show week after week. When the committee put out its first rankings, Notre Dame was 10, Miami was 18. You want to tell me what Miami did to close that gap and jump Notre Dame? And then in the this week's rankings, obviously everybody knows Notre Dame was 2 spots ahead. How did Miami jump Notre Dame in the last week? And I think I heard somebody on the committee said, well, they were urged to go back and rewatch the games. So they went back and rewatched the games and decided to bump Miami up and drop Notre Dame down. It makes no sense whatsoever. Yes, you can make a strong case Notre Dame should not have been in. You can make a strong case Miami should not have been in. But if the committee's going to put out these rankings on this dog and pony TV show every week, how does Miami jump Notre Dame in the final week after being behind them the entire time? That makes no sense.
The answer is that they shouldn't have been that far behind them to begin with.
Well,
and the show is
right.
there is the whole reason for this angst.
He did say that well, if they get next to each other, head is going to come. And then when you one between BYU, who's a double-digit dog, Texas Tech, a neutral site. I mean, you don't have enough vision. Do it then. I mean, do the head-to-head then. I thought they blew it when. What is Notre Dame's best road win? It's at Pitt, right? I mean, okay. So when Miami went to Pitt 2 weeks later and beat them as bad as Notre Dame did, because Notre Dame was dominant against weaker competition. But when they matched it, that's when you do it. Do yourself a favor and allow yourself. I think it would have been much more palatable for the Tim Murrays of the world if they would have done it that week. But they were only going to be happy, but to lead them on was just, yes, it's foolish. And, the Notre Dame administration's handling it very smoothly. So anyway.
If this didn't accomplish anything else, it exposed that clause in the contract. If this is 12 or 14 teams next year, that they automatically are in, I think there's going to be some significant pushback. And if they go to 16 teams, that clause goes away.
Matt, you guys at Visa were asked to do the worst beats of the year. The toughest beats or the craziest beats? Who did you and Tim?
No, not exactly. That's not exactly the way it went down. But by the way, I think after what Charlie said, I would go. I think this is pretty obvious. You go a 16-team bracket, and no buys. It's like the NCAA tournament Sweet 16, except you seed this. One plays 16, two plays 15. How does that not make complete sense to everybody involved? I don't get it. Why you go from, to 12 to 14? Just go to 16 now. That's the perfect, I think, college football playoff. And then I hear people arguing, well, then there's going to be controversy about the 17 team. No, I don't want to hear controversy about the 17 team. I'm not going to buy into that crap. But if you look at a 16-team bracket this year, and you put in Vanderbilt, Notre Dame, Texas, BYU, how much better would this playoff be if we had a 16-team bracket?
And how much more entertaining would it be to see the Notre Dame reaction when you slot them 7 without playing? Slot them 7 spots, man. Then we could really get a good laugh. Anyway, what about?
I don't care.
It's
I don't care at that point. Everybody's going to argue about seeding, just like they do in the NCAA tournament bracket on Selection Sunday. But if you get in, you can't complain. You get in, you have your chance to play for the national championship. I don't care if Notre Dame gets the 15th seed or the 14th seed. If they did, then the number 2 or 3 seed would be complaining that they drew Notre Dame. But whatever. I just get these teams in, give them a shot. It is kind of unfair that Notre Dame, which power rates right now is probably the number 3 or 4 team in college football, is not in the bracket. Brad Powers, who's a college football handicapping specialist, is really good. Powers got Notre Dame power rated number 3. And you can't get the number 3 team in a 12-team bracket. Something's wrong, but whether you agree with that or not.
I think Notre Dame would be favored over Indiana on a neutral. They were playing this Saturday.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah,
I did too. Yeah. I said that last week too. I think Notre Dame be like a 1.5-point favorite over Indiana. Is that what you do make it?
Yes. I'll tell you this: if they were playing this week if they got in playing at Oklahoma, it would have opened just below 7, they'd have bet it over 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that team didn't make it in the bracket. So looking at it from a odds maker's perspective or a sports betting perspective, I do think it's wrong that Notre Dame was left out of the bracket for a lot of reasons. Anyway, at BSN, we're putting together the top 100 betting moments of 2025. And, I mean, that's obviously a lot, but we got a lot of people contributing. And one of them on the list is going to be what happened in Vegas Sunday when Pete Carroll and the Raiders kicked a field goal as time expired to beat the 7.5-point number against the Broncos. I put that one on the list.
It was, but I hear people crying about, you know, Charlie's been quoting Portnoy a lot today, but I mean, how you going to control what the coach you bet against? I mean, and when did it become where you're just supposed to quit on your team? I mean, I don't know, but
Right.
you want to get pissed at a coach. I know this was on a Friday night. South Florida is laying 27 against Charlotte. They score with 43 seconds. They no huddling up 21 so they could get in. They went tempo to beat the spread. I mean, you know, that's a James Franklin type of move. You can't. The team that's losing is supposed to try and win, try and score.
Okay.
No matter how few it is.
But if it's one play, and we're talking about one play, and there is a 2-score gap, okay, you cannot win the game.
Right.
Don't most teams try to score a touchdown rather than a field goal? If they throw one to the end zone,
I've seen both.
Kick a field goal with time as time expires.
Yeah, not as time expired, but when they had no chance to get an onside kick in a play, but the second to last play.
Well,
yes,
I think there's a difference between 10 seconds.
Put it on one score, Charlie. What's your chances of scoring a Hail Mary or a field goal?
But the clock is on zero after the play's over.
So it doesn't matter. So guess what? If it only matters at covering the spread, I want to cover the spread for the guys that bet me and not the ones that bet against me.
Then you got an NFL coach that's paying attention to the point spread. They're not supposed to do that.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
This guy went no huddle. The new Auburn coach went no huddle. Okay, up 21.
If you're doing that and you're saying, hey, we got to play it all out. I'm talking one play. It looks screwy.
You bet against the coach? You going to dictate what the opposing coach is going to do?
I am impartial on this. I didn't have any money on that game. I just watched.
Plus 650, plus 7.5. Thank you very much. Kick it away, Petey. So,
didn't it go over the total too?
You know,
on that play?
Yes.
I will say,
Okay. Put it on the list twice, Matty.
Pete Carroll had a decent explanation for what happened there. He said he thought they called timeout with 8 seconds left, and he was arguing with the official that he should have put 3 seconds back on the clock, and there should have been 8 seconds. And his plan was to kick the field goal, then onside kick it. Who knows? Maybe you have 1 second left. I mean, that's a decent explanation. I don't know. I don't think it was that big a deal. I think what Jimmy said about the South Florida situation was actually worse, where you got a coach who's obviously trying to cover a number there, right?
If you had Denver tickets, you can't dictate what the opposing coach is doing, okay? But the real beef is when they threw the flag, because they have no chance of getting another playoff. When they got the delay of game, I'm not saying it wasn't deserving, but the game was over. They were not getting another playoff.
Right.
Matt, real quick, anything on Arizona, Alabama, Kentucky, Indiana, Arkansas, Texas Tech? Got some pretty good games, college basketball on Saturday.
You know, I actually have not thought that far ahead, so I can't say. I was looking at today's schedule, and Iowa State's a big favorite over Iowa, but priced a little bit higher than I wanted to lay. I can only play the favorite in that game based off what I've seen from the Cyclones in the past 2 games. What were the 2 matchups on Saturday you just mentioned?
Oh, well, you got Arizona. We're projected to be very close line, maybe one either way in Tuscaloosa. Arkansas and Texas Tech are playing neutral site in Dallas. And Kentucky, whose best win might be Nicholls State, is at home against Indiana.
Oh, wow. You know what? I don't know the Kentucky injury situation. If they're going to get any guys back for that game or what's going on. But Kentucky is such a mess right now. I could not bet the Wildcats. And I was just talking about that with someone yesterday. That's the only college basketball future I bet that I feel really bad about. That's trash right now. Kentucky's got no shot. I think 6-4, and all 6 wins been against cupcakes, and all 4 losses were when they had to step up and play legitimate competition for I'm not going to be on Kentucky in that game. I mean, if the Wildcats finally show up and get it together, great. But I haven't seen any indication of that so far. So not going to be on that side. Alabama's a tough team to predict here because the Tide, they don't have scoring inside. They don't have a lot of rim protection. They just don't have much beef inside. And Arizona could eat them up around the rim. And if Alabama's not hot from three, they go cold. They get beat by anybody. But one thing, I think a lot of people are making way too much about that Arizona win at UConn a couple weeks ago because Terrence Reed was out for UConn. He's their leading scorer and rebounder, and they're a donut, in the middle without Terrence Reed. They get a huge hole. And that Koa Pete and the Wildcats took advantage of that because UConn's best big man was out. So I don't think Arizona might not be all they're cracked up to be by a lot of people right now. I know, the win against UCLA, big deal. That doesn't look that impressive.
Yep. Got to run, Matt.
What's up?
Got to run, brother. We're past time. We got to run. Thank you, brother. We'll talk to you next week. All right.
Gotcha.
Yes, indeed. Don't forget our friends at Total Maintenance, 480-1000. Winter is the best possible time to take advantage of overstocked AC systems that need to be moved before the new year. Total Maintenance is offering $5,500 off select systems, as well as steep discounts of the ductwork you have to put off replacing that 30 years old. Free evaluations of your system to find out exact recommendations and options. Total Maintenance, 480-1000, 480-1000.
Live at Sammy's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Caesar Sportsbook is the only sportsbook.
Whenever you're ready.
It's rolling.
Join us for the Friday edition of Live at Lunch from Rufino's on Highland Road. We're getting you ready for a big weekend in college basketball plus the NFL. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. Friday from Rufino's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
$1 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padiella at Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Let Sammy's Grill do the cooking for your holiday feast. Fried or rotisserie turkeys with all the traditional sides. Pepper jack, crawfish, cornbread dressing, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, boudin rice dressing, macs and cheese, and more. And for dessert, white chocolate bread pudding or pecan pie. Order a la carte or bundle up with our turkey feast that feeds 8 to 10 people. Call or stop by either the Highland Road or Prairieville locations to place your order today. Orders must be made 48 hours prior to pickup. Let Sammy's Grill do all the cooking for you this holiday season.
We're here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his Blue Period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
A timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710. 1950 Phil's Oyster Bar started on Government Street. Then Gus Piazza in the 70s, and now his son Anthony taking it to another level at the current location in South Downs. It's always been a Baton Rouge landmark. Seafood, oysters, po' boys, burgers, and more, all served up in an atmosphere full of sports nostalgia and tons of TVs to catch all the games. Seafood gumbo, crawfish cheesecake, or my favorite, the meatball quesadilla to start. Check out dinner and bar specials at philsoysterbar.com. You know we bleed purple and gold at Phil's Oyster Bar in the South Downs Shopping Center.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Sammy's Grill on Highland Road on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Let Sammy's help you out here at the holidays, Jimmy.
Yeah, holidays, man. Rotisserie turkeys, fried turkeys, all the sides. The giblet gravy is off the charts. I mean, get your order in 48 hours in advance. Pick up all day on Christmas Eve.
Tomorrow we will
crawfish
be at,
over here now.
Crawfish, that's right. We're already early.
Weekdays 5 p.m., weekends starting at noon.
Thanks to Sammy's here on Highland for being our host today. Tomorrow we are at Rufino's, back at our regular times at 11 a.m. Hope that you're making your plans to be with us. Follow us here at Sammy's. Jordan back in the studio. Have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned for Hunt on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
This is Buzzy Heidel for the Morris Insurance Group. Outdoor.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate it.